Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you tonight is, of course, The View had to jump into the whole attempted assassination of President Trump thing. But don't worry, guys. They found a way to twist it into gun control because the rhetoric of which they spew, which contributed to potentially the temperature in the environment of our country, which then led to an action, potentially, is now a source for gun control. Can't make this stuff up. Everything that I'm about to show you is linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on if you want to spread two-way freedom to and fro every single day. We'd love to have you along. But a word of warning, a cautionary tale. Don't let this guy, the YouTube algorithm, the subscription-eating monster, interrupt you in your freedom quest and your prescription for two-way rights to going forward for yourself and others. He is on the prowl, constantly looking to devour your subscription because his thirst for censorship is unsatiable. So make sure your subscription is still active and make sure this guy did not victimize you. And with that said, let me get a quick word to our sponsor, Aura, and then we're going to hit this. Financial fraud happens everywhere in the United States every single day. And like you, I am vulnerable to it as well. My own personal story, my wife has had her credit card stolen while she was getting gas and would never have noticed that our money was being used incrementally across the United States had she not been looking directly at the app when it was occurring. It is because of this story that I'm happy to partner with our sponsor, Aura. Now, Aura is an easy-to-use app that includes everything you need to stay safe online. In fact, recently, Ticketmaster was hacked and the data of 560 million users were put up for sale on the dark web. Aura protects you from scammers and hackers by scanning the dark web where criminals sell stolen information, looking for your emails, passwords, and social security numbers. It alerts you fast if it finds anything. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online. If you sign up right now at Aura, they will give you a 2-week free trial with my link. Go to my sponsored link, aura.com, in the description box below and get your 2-week free trial for yourself. And thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this content. All right, let's get it. Whoever had the pool for under 48 hours after the attempted assassination of President Trump for The View to set the record for stupid and somehow twist the attempted assassination into gun control, you win something shiny because they did not disappoint. They went from what could we do and then a little bit extra because they are always looking to outdo themselves. And what I'm about to show you is a two-course meal. We're going to start off with the appetizer of Joy Behar, who is just asinine and not great. And then we're going to follow up with Sunny Hostin, who has a new prescription for gun control and the need for gun control now that the president, of which they so clearly cherish, has been threatened. Of course, that was sarcasm. Let's get it starting with Joy Behar.
Bethel Park in Pennsylvania. According to a CNN report, a senior law enforcement official said that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition from a local gun store hours before the rally. Shouldn't that have been reported? Somebody buys a 20-year-old white guy? I mean, we've seen that many times now. Young white men with guns, and nobody reported that he bought 50 rounds of ammunition?
Well, there's also a post-mortem.
Okay, hold on, blonde lady. we gotta talk about some stuff. 50 rounds of ammunition? Let's just go on the easy one first. 50 rounds of ammunition is one box of ammunition. It is literally one box. Now, unless you're doing some kind of different caliber assortments, in which case it can be a couple of boxes, doesn't matter. The point is, it's a small amount of ammunition. But Joy, in her vast knowledge of everything that she wants to take away, says, shouldn't someone have reported 50 rounds of ammunition? 50 rounds of ammunition goes away in 2 minutes. What are you talking about? And that kind of points to the complete ignorance that this woman actually has. She doesn't know what she's trying to control. She's just been told by the Democrats, control this, and she's going to do it. Whatever the Democrats say, she's going to do. For example, everything is racist. Donald Trump is racist, except for that one little tiny problem that she just said of, white guys should not be allowed to buy ammunition because they shoot everybody? Okay, so we're not going to talk about the most recent shooters that use a certain flag to identify that has baby colors on it, huh? Not gonna touch that one? No, it's only the white guys. And if they buy 50 rounds of ammunition and they look like this, well, someone should report that. Racist. But it's okay because she's a liberal. She could never be racist. That would be like oil and water being together as one. It's just impossible. They can say whatever they want. It is perfectly fine. This part particularly pisses me off. But anyway, let's get right past it. Because we're bigger than that, people, let's get to Sunny Hostin. Now, this is an example in greatness right here. Let's hit it.
He's a political scientist, very well known out of the University of Chicago, conducted a nationwide poll, right, on the topic just last month. 10% of those surveyed said that the use of force is justified to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president. A third of those who gave that answer said they also owned a gun. Then 7% of those surveyed said they support force to restore Trump to the presidency. Half of them said they owned guns. So I know everybody always says it's too soon to talk about guns, and that we should, because there has been a terrible death of a father of two, that we should, thoughts and prayers should be where we go. I say no. I say now is the time to talk about the common denominator when it came to this assassination attempt is America's fascination and obsession with owning guns. And
all right, clapping seals are going to start clapping. So 10% on both sides say the same thing. By the way, that would be considered the fringe by statistical standards, 10% on each side. And 1/3 of them own guns. Well, that brings you down to about 3.5% that agree and also have the means in Sunny Hostin's little statistics she's sharing. But the common denominator is guns. It's not criminal behavior. It's not mental illness. It's not the willingness to destroy people and issue harm upon them. No, 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 no. The issue is guns. Okay. So is the issue of fentanyl a lone thing, or opioids a lone thing, or does it have to do anything with the border, of which Biden completely botched the entire presidency and Kamala Harris completely dropped the ball on and never even visited it and didn't do anything with it? Is that related, or is that completely unrelated, and am I being partisan and biased? Question for everybody. Anyway, let's keep going. I got one more thing that she has to bring to the forefront, because again, it's all about gun control. She cares so much about President Trump that it needs to be brought up. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
it's just, that's the truth. And I'd like to
guns.
think
They're rifles. They're
AR-15s and
capacity
bump
rifles.
stocks. And the Supreme Court just found that it's fine to have bump stocks. And so I'd like to think that the issue of gun control would resonate now more. And but rather than that, I think what's going to happen is we're going to have more of this rhetoric of, had there only been more good guys with guns, this may not have happened. And so...
Well, the Secret Service had guns.
They had guns.
Those are the good guys.
And so, but my guess is they're going to say the Secret Service screwed up, if there were other people with guns. And I think that gun ownership will probably, because of this event, go up in this country instead of going down. And that is my fear. I think we need to have an honest and real conversation about real gun control legislation.
Okay.
Well, and it's a quick...
All right. So she honestly thinks that for the first time after this instance, that all of a sudden guns are going to go down in this country because she wants to have a gun control conversation. It shows you again the level of ignorance, because every time that the Democrat politicians open their mouths around gun control, or there's a perception of gun control, sales go through the roof because you are now attacking the Second Amendment rights. Every time they do it, the guns are impossible to find. Every single time. Not only have guns been going up at an exponential rate since Obama's presidency's particular turning point, it really increased then, and Biden has outdone him. The one thing Biden outdid Obama on. But now you've also got crime falling in an inverse relationship. But we can't talk about that. We got to have a meaningful conversation around gun control, because we don't want more guns in the country. We want more, or excuse me, we want less guns in the country. She's making it all about an inanimate object. And she's utilizing, and this is the part that's so twisted because the left does this all the time, and I do not like when they do this, so I'm going to say it. They always use tragedy, of course. But even when it's tragedy of someone that they openly despise, who's going to probably be their next president, by the way, it's a reason to get their narrative put forward. We've got to talk about this. After all, I do hate that man, and I've wished death on him for about 8 years. But since it almost happened, oh my, we need to have a real serious conversation around gun control in this country. It's disingenuous. It's disgusting. They're not going to put forward more gun control. You're 3 months out from an election. That's not even on the docket. But don't worry. The lefties are there to say, just like they always do, stand on the stool post of tragedy, and whatever they want, they're going to try to get. It's disgusting. But don't worry, The View is here with all the makeup and all the people in their ears and all the table space to bring it up and put it out there. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.